So, hello, everybody. Look at this. You get us 2 days in a row. And I'm going to let everybody know right now, Mark Terry, I am going to be talking about you. Carlos, I am going to be talking about you. If either one of you asshats want a link, hit me on Twitter. I'm not just going to send it to you. You have to ask for it. Okay? Now, let me tell everybody a little story about what happened. So I got up about, I'm going to let everybody know, I got up about 20 minutes to 2 this morning to go pee, okay? And I decided to see if anybody was out live streaming at that time of the morning. And it happens so that Mark was live streaming, so I'm sitting there listening and watching. Next thing I know, I see Carlos come in the chat and saying, "Hey, Mark, let my bro up, let my broski up. You know, this is my boy, let him up." So after a while, Mark lets him up. So when the guy comes on, he has his camera on, and he's a young guy eating some ramen noodles. Well, after a few minutes, Mark realizes that the boy's looking kind of young. So Mark says, look, man, how old are you? And the boy says, "I'm 15. And Mark's like, "Okay, well, you got to go. You can't be on here," which is the right thing to do.
Right.
But then when the boy went left, he stayed in the side chat. He was allowed to remain in the side chat, and Carlos was promoting his channel, sending all. Now, this is the problem I have with it. Everybody might have a random person that's underage stroll up on their live stream, but when they figure it out, they kick them out and they go on. They don't allow them to stay in the chat, and they definitely don't promote their channel for all the trolls and vile scumbags that go to Mark's over there to go troll them now. So I don't care what anybody says. This is what Carlos is doing. He even said this is what he was doing. You can go watch Mark's stream. It's still up. You can read the chat when he says that he goes to the gaming communities where these kids are, and he's getting these kids over here. I don't know, what's he trolling these kids, grooming these kids? What's he's doing? I'm letting y'all have an early warning of what's going to happen. Remember Botter? I had an early warning on that one too, but nobody wanted to listen to that either.
What does Carlos bring to the table? I've been asking. I asked it yesterday, Mike, and I think I figured it out. Children.
Exactly.
I don't want to hang out with children.
Right.
And I was thinking that, and I saw Carlos say, "Oh, the only people that are going to have a problem with this is people that have diddler mindsets." No, the only grown man or woman that wants to go hang out with 15-year-olds and bring them to our community is diddler mindsets. I have children much older than 15, and I don't even sit on my streams with them in the room.
Exactly.
Okay? I don't want to hang out with children, and I don't want you to bring children to our community. Now, I want to just add a couple of things. This guy or girl has said some things pretty disgusting in Steve's side chat about my cancer, and that's fine. I'm not sitting here to cry about it or expect somebody to handle or fight my battle for me. I just ignore it. This guy says some pretty disgusting things about Jake's deceased daughter's pubic hair, which she didn't even live long enough to have. That's dismissed, and still he gets to ride along because, oh, he's a boy troll. This guy said stuff about Cammie Joe's husband molesting her children. Still, he's Mark Terry's manager, and we let him continue to ride. Now he's bringing minors into our community, and that's Mark Terry's manager over there.
Exactly.
Okay? And I want to ask every one of you that sit on a platform and run a channel, when is enough? We're going to have another botter over here?
Right.
When he starts posting up child porn? Is that when it's enough? When do y'all take a stand? Me and Mike the only ones?
Yeah, everybody else too afraid to say anything. You know, all the ones sit over there on this panel and he haul it up. Okay, we watching. We'll just keep calling it out. It doesn't matter to us. We can do this every day if we need to.
How much longer does he get a pass in this community? I want to know. If I said that shit or if Mike said that shit, you motherfuckers would nail. Oh my God. Could you imagine if G Mangos was saying, because you know how many motherfuckers would love for it to execute his ass? What's up, everybody, by the way? We fired up and we didn't even have a chance to say hey to all you guys.
Right. I
Happy
mean,
Monday.
look, and I'm not saying, and look, and I'm not really going at Mark about this. This is the problem, though. Carlos continues to do this over and over and over, and has always done it. So he gets this pass because he's some boy troll. I don't give a fuck who he is. Okay? The bastard wants to talk either one or two things. Either he's a predator or he's a minor. Either way, he don't need to be over here.
Right.
It's awful funny he only knows minors. He only knows the kids. Yeah, it's always been like this with this Carlos fuck. Okay? Carlos, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. You want to start a troll war with somebody, big boy? Go right ahead. I'll be your Huckleberry. You and your fucking piece of shit trash can Mark Terry over there.
Yeah, he took me sharing. Let me tell you something, Carlos. Lean in, because I know if you ain't listening right this moment, you'll be listening. He took me sharing my life, because guess what? Here I am, big and bold and bad as shit. My real name is Tara, and this is my real voice. Something you ain't got the balls to do, bitch. Up here sharing my life about when I was a teenager. You know, something you like to hang out with? Teenagers do dumbass shit, like try drugs. So I was telling a little story about things I tried when I was a kid. This motherfucker went around spinning a narrative like I'm some kind of fucking junkie. Bitch, I was clean and on my way to being a whole ass adult by the time I was 18. You're still a dumbass trying to play around with little kids, a whole grown ass adult. You run your mouth talking about toilet Tara and whatever it is he calls you. I forget now. But you ain't got the balls to be nothing more than a disgusting troll. You're not funny. You're not witty. You're a racist. You're a disgusting trash can. And now it looks like you're a predator that's trying to groom this community to accept minors. And we ain't never played that way. And I urge every one of you not to start playing that way now. Mark Terry, not even you.
Right, exactly, Mark. We're not coming at you as much as we're coming at Carlos because this is what he's done. He's done took over your channel. He's blocking all the good people that go over there. Go look at your block list. And he's letting only the trash be there. So you go right ahead. Keep on going, and I'll talk about you every goddamn day, okay? What do you think about that? You want to be a tough guy? You're 6'8". You'll break my arm off. Well, come on, big boy. Break my motherfucking arm off and see what happens to you, okay? You don't want to keep threatening like you some tough guy. You just big bad. You ain't shit, okay? But a bum that can't survive on his own and has to have living with your dad that's 90 years old. Well, that's my house. It ain't your house. You say it all the time when your dad and your brother's in the background arguing. That's another thing. Your dad needs to kick both of y'all's dumbasses out, and he'd be a whole lot better off. So you want to talk? You want to fuck with somebody? You want to run your goddamn mouth, boy? Come on.
It's pretty gross. And the Colin G's channel, Predator Nation, when you're literally, that's your channel, dude. Come on over here, Mark. We'll give you a link. You can have a link, and no yelling. We'll have a discussion. I'd like to talk some fucking sense into you. Not that I want to be your friend or anything like that. And we can all keep doing the YouTube thing, but Mark, you got to do better than this. That's a predator you got over there. And I'm going to say this to any of you guys. I'm not going to say a single name. I'm going to say as far as this community goes, that guy is bringing minors over here in this community. And I'm going to urge every one of y'all. He has said the most foul fucking things about people's deceased children and about people's children being molested. And now he's bringing minors over here. Why is he getting a pass? I'm going to ask every one of you. He ain't allowed in my fucking chat. Why is he allowed in yours? Why? If I said some stuff like that, would I be allowed in your chats? Simply because I have a voice and a face?
I mean, Mark already let the little kitty diddlers come over there, and Bacon exposed that, and he run all them off. And now he's going to bring the kids over. What's he doing? Is he trying to be a matchmaker?
Bacon got attacked for exposing it. See, isn't that weird?
Exactly.
And then also, Mark was yelling that I was talking about Mary, and I have not said one negative thing about that lady. Only thing I said about her is that she ain't new here.
Exactly.
I said she sounded sweet. I said she was attractive. I said I don't know what the hell she's doing with Mark. I'm not saying nothing bad about her. Don't put words in my mouth, lying Mark. Don't do it.
And it doesn't matter if y'all are trolling or you're not. We're not. We don't want that troll. We don't play like that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. If you go play like that somewhere else.
I don't. He's live, so I don't even know if he hears us. But we set the stream up, so I don't know. He could be restreaming us for all I know.
I don't really care, but I guarantee you, Carlos knows that we're over here talking shit. I can guarantee you that. And Carlos ain't got balls enough to come over here. That's his problem.
So I want to read something, and before I read it, I want to say this. Okay, now I and Mike both we will play. Okay, everybody plays the guessing game on trolls because sometimes you'll try to read behavior. But I'm not trying to play a guessing game on who this Carlos person is. I don't fucking know. But there was a comment left under my stream from last night. Now, Tragic is a newer person to some people that are seeing Tragic over at Mark Terry's, but Tragic's not new. I've seen Tragic around back years ago in the DC. But Tragic and Negs are friends, and I haven't been around those people for years, and I just remember him from back in the day. There's a comment from a person named Meet Virginia under our things. Now, again, take this for what you will. I don't know. I'm not saying this as if it's gold. I'm simply going to read this comment, okay? But this comment said, the word is Carlos is Negs. An old friend of his confirmed it. Doesn't say who the old friend is. Also, he's always telling Trash Terry to bring Tragic around, a real life doxer. It was talked about on another channel yesterday. Okay, and also, someone told me that they think Tragic and Negs went to school together. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff's was told to me right before we went live. So there's like a lot of people telling me in the background that it's kind of came out that Carlos is Negs. But that's just a rumor in my ear. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. People always trying to guess who the troll is. So who knows?
Hey, look, Bacon, when you're doing that and they're hating on you, that means you're right. You know that, don't you?
Let's see, Skeeter is the old friend, and he said that Negs was one of the old Carlos accounts. And Negs does a lot of crazy stuff like Carlos.
Yeah, hey, Cutie Pie. Other people does a lot of...
Yeah, Negs is a weirdo.
You can find, in that Carlos account, you can find multiple people's traits in there. You can see Abe in them. I see Abe in them all the time.
Barbie said allegedly Tragic and Carlos went to school together. That's what he told me when I questioned it. Okay. Okay, so, and listen, Negs is a weirdo always trying to fight. That's all Negs does is fight online. So, and Negs didn't used to like Lisa back in the day. Used to talk shit on Lisa, so it makes sense why he'd be talking shit to me. So whatever. I don't know who he or she is.
Sir Cupid Stunt said, but Jake's all right, though, right? Damn hypocrites. No, and we've called Jake out every time, but Jake doesn't do that. Jake doesn't go to the gaming community and get kids to bring them over here and put them on panels, okay?
When Jake brought children over here, and that right there is what you call a deflection tactic.
Exactly.
Okay? When Jake's done shit, we've called him out. All of our streams are still up if you'd like to go and review. Jake's been in trouble before.
And Sir Cupid Stunt, if you would like a link, go ahead and hit my DM on the Twitter, okay? I'll send you a link and your dumb ass can come up here and explain it better then.
And the last time I checked, I can't think of anybody that's brought a minor over here into this community except for motherfucking Mattman. And I tried to call that motherfucker out for 3 years, and so did Danny D, and nobody would listen.
Right, and I went up on a panel and busted up a damn when they were messing with Chad.
Yeah. Okay, Sir Cupid Stun is Jake Stalker. All he does is lie on Jake. Yeah, Jake don't have kids in his fucking chat. Hey, Amanda. And this ain't about Jake. And let me tell you something else. We know Jake's fucking name. Hey, Lindy, we know Jake's voice. Okay, see, this is my point. This is a faceless, voiceless troll who says disgusting things about children and now is bringing children into our community.
Right.
And
And put them on panels.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I said, and put them on panels with people like Mark Terry and them fuck sticks over there.
Didn't even warn you, Mark, some channel manager you got. Didn't even warn you. Tina's talking about people setting you up. Your own channel manager set you up.
Exactly. I mean, Tina's trying to, and I think that's what Tina's talking about. She just don't want to come out and say who.
Jake does not have kids in his chat. He doesn't seek them out like Carlos does. Stop making everything about Jake. I mean, exactly. Yeah, just a troll. You should.
Yeah.
The kid didn't understand because at 15, kids just eating this bowl of ramens, and that's how easily kids can get groomed by adults online, because once they start becoming those older teenagers, they're just kicking it. And they don't understand, okay? It's the adult's job to realize it's inappropriate. And let me tell you something. I asked my 18-year-old today, am I being extra or is it weird that a grown man would be over in gaming communities talking to 15-year-olds? And you know what he said? I wouldn't even be talking to a grown man in my gaming room. It's weird.
Right.
Hey, Mills. How's it going, honey?
Well, hello, Miss Mills. How are you?
And listen, everybody might not agree with me and Mike, but we've never had minors over in this community, and I've been here 8 years.
Exactly. This is all new stuff. I mean, even Carlos back in the day used to not really do the kid thing, but he's just getting as vile as everybody else. That's why I don't know that this is the real OG Carlos. I'm just saying.
I feel, but you know, you said some people feel like it's the real OG Carlos, but I don't know. I know there's been other Carloses, so who the fuck knows? What I know is that Carlos over at Mark Terry's is a predator bringing minors into our fucking community. And I am urging all creators for our community to please stand with me and Mike and shut this motherfucker out. He doesn't belong here. And I've never asked that for, me and Mike have never asked that for anything.
And I'm not going, and we're not going against Mark. We're talking about Carlos here.
I'm not saying don't go into Mark's chat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you run a stream and you're in our community, I am asking you to block Carlos.
Right. You know,
he's
see, he runs around all their communities with Camilo and Noodles, and that's what they do over there.
That's them over there. I'm talking about credible people who try to stand like we do and act like they have a moral compass.
Right.
I'm saying that a Carlos clone account, and to say, well, how do we know if we got the right Carlos? Here's how you know. If you no Carlos account. You should just excommunicate that motherfucker. Isn't Gamer Boy underage? I don't know. Who is Gamer Boy? I can tell you that I don't want minors in my chat. And it's not because I don't like kids. I like kids, but I'm not coming around here to hang out with kids. I'm old, bitch.
Who the hell is Gamer Boy? I don't even know who the hell that is.
I'm sure that there are probably minors that I am unaware of at times that have been in the side chat. That don't
I'm
talk.
sure.
I'm sure. I'm not trying to act like, oh, I've got complete control. But if I know that it's a minor, I would have done just like what Mark did. Said, sorry, you've got to go. I'm glad that Mark was like, how old are you?
Exactly.
Yes, of course, Earth, no problem.
Yeah, so I mean that's basically all we're trying to do. We're just letting you know what happened and the way we see it. And I think it's shady all the way to fuck around, okay? I mean, I don't care who don't like it. If you think we're unsub, I don't care. The bottom line. When it comes to this shit, I'm not playing games.
Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about, so I definitely don't laugh about it, so that's a lie. because I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never heard generic troll talk about anybody's kids, so I don't know what you're talking about. Just a Troll says Tara Stitches. Now Carlos is laughing about it at Mark's. Well, yeah, of course. And Mark's thinks you're talking about him. Well, I am talking about him, so he'd be correct. Don't talk about it while I'm sick of the word. Carlos probably gets off on it, because it makes him relevant to talk about him. But I would like for him to become so irrelevant that he doesn't exist here anymore.
Right, because only
and
way he can be relevant is people have to allow him in their chat, because you don't stream. So if he's not allowed in chats, he don't stream. So that's it.
Yeah. It would be really simple to eliminate someone who says the most. Here, let me see. Oh my! I forgot to turn my notifications off before we went live. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let me see what this is. Hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. Oh, okay. I see that. I need to turn my notifications off. Hold on.
Well, there you go, Cupid stunt. I solved your problem. Okay, you no longer have that problem.
All right, I'm gonna move into the bedroom because Tom Selleck's coming in from a hard day's work.
It's because we don't like Nelly. You ignore it. Nelly's just as bad as these people.
Yeah,
he's just as bad as these. Dave 25, Steve Coate, Carlos, all of them can go for all I care. Okay, I'm just addressing this. This is a specific time and event, so I'm addressing this specific event. Okay.
Okay, so Steve, what happened is, I'll let Stitches tell you, because he's the one that witnessed it.
You want a link, Steve? We can have a discussion.
Yeah, bring Steve up, because he's definitely a key player in this community for sure. Plus, he'll Callie, you got to get out of here if you think you're gonna bark. Let me put this dog out while you send Steve that link. I'm gonna go on mute a second. Yeah. Okay. I want a link, said Mark Terry. Well, you can have a link, Mark, but listen, Mark, we're going to have a discussion, okay? Don't bring your ass up here yelling, or you sit in a cooler until you can talk.
No, if he comes up here and does what he did on Steve's panel, trying to make it echo and disruptive, I'll just kick his ass and he can just stay gone. It don't matter to me.
You're right. And we didn't call Mark a predator. We called Carlos a predator.
Exactly.
But yeah, Mark, please come on up.
Links in your DM, Mark. Links in your DM, Steve. I would love for y'all to come up and explain to me how this isn't how I'm seeing it. I would love that.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's going to probably try to scream and holler, but maybe he won't. We'll see.
He can scream and holler all he wants. I'll just kick his ass off and he won't be up here. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, because I ain't got time for all that. He'll make my head hurt.
So you're here, Mark.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
No, nothing. I was just over there and a bunch of trolls come through there saying y'all are calling me a kitty diddler.
No. We didn't call you anything. Okay?
Nope.
But just, it depends on how you respond to it, okay? Because last night or early this morning, when Carlos brought a 15-year-old boy to your panel, which when you realized it was a 15-year-old boy, you kicked him off the panel, which is what you should have done. But then the boy was allowed to stay in your chat, and then Carlos is promoting the boy, sending his link out. So all them trolls that watch you and all them low-life scumbags, now he's sending them over to this. You see what I'm saying? Does it? You think that looks good?
I don't think it's a good look, dude. The kid's a gamer.
I understand that. So why is Carlos over on the kids' gaming channels? Is he trolling or is he grooming people to bring over to this side of the internet for whatever shenanigans that comes that kid's way? Because a kid thinks he's just out hanging out being cool. You know what I'm saying? And, Carlos is your channel manager, so that is a direct reflection of you. That's what I'm saying.
That really, Carlos is not my channel manager. That's just kind of a troll. He goes around and advertises that. He tries to get these, different kind of people like Bracelets, if y'all remember her, or Reindeer Lady, whatever you want to call her.
So he tries to get people that have mental illness and kids on your panel. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he did in those two cases. I mean,
that's just two cases. I mean, yeah.
But Mark, did you hear what I said? Here's where I want to appeal to you, Mark. And what I said before you came over here and you were live, so you might not hear it. We ain't got to be friends, and we can do this YouTube thing when we play back and forth, do whatever. But I want to appeal to you, and I'm going to appeal to everyone. When Steve comes up here, I'm going to appeal to him as well.
I'm here right now.
Okay, this is a faceless, voiceless troll that because he's an OG boy troll, he has now brought minors into our community. He has talked about Jake's deceased daughter's pubic hairs. He has talked about Cammy Joe's husband molesting his daughter. He has talked about my cancer. He has been given all these passes. Now he has brought minors into our community without giving Mark a warning and set him up to be on the panel. I don't want minors in the community, and I want us all to shut it down. Enough's enough. Right. And I'm urging you, Mark. I'm urging you, Steve. I'm asking Lindy, all of us. Do we want to clean the community up, or do we want to keep living in filth? It's getting gross.
Let's clean it up. I'm gonna pull his wrench.
Now we got minors.
I don't care if you pull his wrench or not. What I'm trying to say,
I don't want anybody that's gonna bring minors around, dude. I don't mess with kids. I don't do that. When I seen that boy was so young looking, I was like, damn, he looked young.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, and that's why you asked him how old he was. And you didn't do anything wrong. I'm not trying to bitch at you, okay? But Carlos is your channel manager, and he's going around, and he is actively going to kids' gaming channels and getting kids to come to adult panels over here on this side of YouTube. It's a fact. It's it's not like you can say I'm lying, I'm making this up. It happened.
I'm starting to wonder if he's not trying to destroy my channel.
What did Tina D tell you?
Why would you have to ask that question?
Well,
you don't think Carlos Martinez has been actively destroying your channel since the day he got there?
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, he's been stirring up a lot of trouble, and it's got to stop. I'm like Terry, it's got to stop.
I mean, like, what did Tina tell you about people? These people that are destroying your channel. I think she's talking about Carlos.
She may be. But there again,
I mean, you see the ridiculous stuff he says. I mean, I have to ignore 99% of what he says in my side chat to filter through to find a couple halfway decent questions that I can legitimately ask. But I have to filter through all the predatory crap. He's been hidden on my channel several times for talking about children. He asks ridiculous questions. He's a sabotager. He gets off on it.
Right. Yeah, he's not.
That's his whole being is sabotage.
Well, it started off just being one big troll, but when you start bringing kids into it, I'm like Tara, and talking about people that are sick and dead people and all that. See, I'm not cool with that. You know, I can.
Because had he told you that that kid was 15 before you let him up, you wouldn't have let him up. So I mean,
Well, hell no, I wouldn't have let him up. Lord no, I wouldn't have let him up.
I've never, and neither has Stitches. We have never done this ever. We have never. I've had people come at me. Listen, I had a 2-year war with Jake. I've been going back and forth with Abe off and on for 5 fucking years. I've never said don't go nowhere, don't go to somebody's chat. I've never said excommunicate someone. But this person is a nuisance. They don't bring wit. At least when Abe goes off, at least he can make you laugh, even when he's fucking dragging you through the dirt.
Yeah, let Carlos stay over there with Noodles and Camilla.
This person is just foul. They're out to hurt your feelings and say the worst things. And I was just letting that slide as it's just a gross, disgusting troll. But I ain't fucking around with somebody trying to bring kids over here.
Right.
First off, Cactus, he did not say that you were. He said you looked like a guy that is an actual human being. He said you look like him.
Hell, I thought he was dead. He dies about every other day.
I'll make this announcement right here. Betty's in the side chat. I'm sure Lena is listening. I'll make this announcement right now. Carlos Martinez will be blocked on site at the asylum. He will no longer be allowed to type in my side chat. He will no longer be able to participate at the asylum.
Thank you. I hope Lindy will get on board with this too. I hope. Because she's about to start streaming on Saturday nights.
Well, I doubt he's going to do that over her. She'll block him. So, but I'm just, and look, I don't mind going back and forth with Mark. Actually, with Mark, the panels he's been having with Tina and Mary and Barbie and Steve Billings and all that, those actually haven't been bad things. But I just, I got up this morning to pee and just happened to look at YouTube, and Mark was the only one on. And then next thing I know, there's a 15-year-old boy up there, which Mark said get down. But then that didn't really bother me. I was cool with that. Then Carlos in the damn side chat over there bragging about how he goes to the gaming communities and finds these, and he don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, that's right there is a problem, that he doesn't see anything wrong with it. So either he's a kid or,
But it's him. He's not a kid. He's been here too long.
I don't know. This is the real OG Carlos, I'm telling you.
Say this: either he's going and he's either an adult going and getting kids, which is inappropriate, and he needs to be gone, or his immature ass is a kid, and that explains a lot, and then therefore he needs to be gone because I don't want to hang out with kids.
Right. And I agree, Stitches. The Carlos Martinez boss account is the OG Carlos.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what some other people have told me too. Yeah,
that's the first one that I run into. I found a lot of channels around the boy from his channel, him and Yeah Man's. Have anybody heard anything about Yeah Man? What's going on with him?
He's left YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks.
Well, when people start fucking with your real life, sometimes you have to do that because it's stupid when people fuck with your real life and you can't hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Well, Mark,
guys, y'all have a good stream. I'm gonna dip off here.
Some people in the chat don't believe you're going to kick Carlos, and maybe you won't. But I will say this: if you still choose to hang out with someone after we have this conversation, then we know what you stand for, and then we'll just have to go from there.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good day, man.
All right, Mark. Thanks for coming back. Hey, G said this.
So I must have missed something though. What the heck happened? What brought all this on?
So I'll recap it for you right quick. At 1:40 in the morning, I get up to go pee. Right? That's what I did. So I come in here and looked at the computer and see if anybody was streaming, just to see what was going on. And Mark was streaming. So I just sat there and watched for a minute. And next thing I know, Carlos comes in and says, "Hey, Mark, let my boy up. Let my broski up." It's one of my friends from a long time ago, right? So eventually Mark lets him up. And then the boy comes up eating ramen noodles. He had his camera on. So after he's eating ramen noodles and they talked for a minute, Mark's like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" And the boy said that he was 15. So Mark kicked him off, right? But they allowed him to stay in the side chat, talking and saying and making fun and blah blah blah, whatever Carlos was, and then they start promoting his channel. So now they're sending all the trolls and all the lowlifes that go over there watching Mark's to this boy's channel. And Carlos was putting in the thing that he don't see anything wrong with it. He goes to the gaming channels trolling, and this is how he finds these unique people. You see what I'm saying?
He told the kid, "Don't worry about it.
I do.
Your videos." And then Carlos was like, the only people that's going to have a problem with this is people with diddler mindset. And I was thinking, no, the only kind of grown motherfucker going around finding 15-year-olds to hang out with on the internet's diddler mindset.
Yeah, he's 15, and Carlos has said he's been his buddy for years.
Yeah, it's his broski, you know, but it's broski. Right.
Okay, I mean, and let's be honest. There probably are some kids that we have no idea who they are in the side chat.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
Right.
If they're acting like adults and they're in the side chat, what can we do about that?
Exactly.
But let's be honest again. There is a lot of vile, disgusting people running around these fucking YouTube streets. Why is Carlos Martinez then sending people to this child's channel? That's taking it to a whole nother level.
Exactly. So now all them trolls will be over there messing with them. So yeah, this is my whole thing with it too. I'm not really mad at Mark unless Mark allows it to continue. You see what I'm saying? If Carlos was
just to troll, you said you already clipped me saying that Carlos Martinez will be blocked on site. What do you want from me? You're comparing Carlos Martinez to fucking John? You're actually comparing Carlos Martinez to Flacco. You need to take a look in a mirror, Just a Troll. You are not just a troll. You're a weirdo if you're comparing the two of them.
Man, they always go at you for some reason, though, Steve.
What? Yeah, because
you and Larry H, they love to go at y'all too. Larry H gets hell and he don't even do anything.
Really, Mark said he's just going to take his wrench. Well, that tells me what I need to know then. Okay, I mean, all we can do is try to bring awareness, but when you have another Botter situation on your hands, or when Mark Terry has some kind of child porn bombing on his fucking panel, I don't want to hear him cry.
Exactly. Because we told y'all it's going to happen. All right, well, basically this is...
Yep.
I mean, this is basically all I wanted to talk about. I didn't really plan on a long stream. It just pissed me off when I'm just saying it because it's the same shit we went through before. Same shit.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. Thank you for coming up, Steve. And I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm sure Carlos will really start trolling us hard now, and we really don't give a fuck.
Oh, let him.
Just don't troll too hard, Carlos, and get yourself caught in a trap, okay?
You know, he can bring all 200, 400, 800 of his accounts to the asylum. Every one of them will be blocked on site. I'll say it again for you, Just to Troll. Carlos Martinez will be blocked on site at the asylum. He is no longer capable of typing in my side chat. He will not be allowed to type anything in my side chat. He will be blocked on site. There's another clip for you. Put the two of them together and make it a whole video.
Larry wants a link. We were about to end
No,
the
that's
stream.
fine. No, I'll send. I didn't know Larry wanted the link. I'll send him one.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate people that support. Sometimes you lose a little bit of spirit because so much gross shit happens on here, but I mean,
look,
good God.
and the whole little back and forth that we got going on with Mark and over there, we don't mind that. That's just, that's what we do here. But I'm not getting involved in that bullshit when they start with these youngins. I'm not doing it. They shouldn't.
Right.
I'm just not doing it.
And Janky, I do agree with you, and I understand you can't really get rid of a troll, but what you can do is take away, the power this particular troll, like, I don't know how to explain what I want to say, but I mean, I don't know what I want to say, but
No, you can't take the power away from a troll that
Right.
is a random troll. But this is a specific troll, and this troll's been here for a long time. So everybody knows this troll. So all everybody's got to do is just ignore them. Don't
Yeah.
mod them. Don't let them in. You know, they come in your chat, they say something, block them. After a while, they won't be able to go nowhere that we're around. They'll have to go somewhere else, and that's fine.
right. Hard block. Mark and Carlos like peas and carrots. Carlos and Mark love this kind of attention. They are like pigs in shit. Yeah, I don't understand people that like negative attention. It gives me
Yeah.
anxiety.
Right, that's got to say something about them that they like this stuff happening. This is like they feel like they are getting some kind of fame or something. Like, I mean, that's just kind of weird in itself, I think.
I agree. It's like emotional cutting or something. I don't know. Just put Carlos on block. I agree, Sean the Brit.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Larry H?
What up, Larry?
I popped into Mark's and he says, Carlos, man, I'm gonna have to take your wrench for a couple of days. They're making noise over there at the circus.
My side chat called it. He told us what we wanted to hear.
Yeah. You know, he's been going around telling everyone that I stalk kids on Instagram.
Who? Carlos?
Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Well, Carlos says it in the chat constantly.
A lot of that stuff that Mark says he's getting from this chat that Carlos is typing.
I told Mark, I'm like, dude, he's gonna be your downfall, dude.
I agree with
You
what
need to
Tish
get
said.
rid of him, man.
She said Carlos is Mark's recruiter. Carlos does all the work finding the unique individuals, and Mark reaps the bennies.
You mean
It
all
is-
these new scumbags that have been going over there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Carlos does.
yeah,
That's what he's always done.
yeah.
Except now he can take it a step further. He used to go from side chat to side chat.
Right.
Saying he would go to one side chat and say, hey, this person's talking about you over there. And then he'd go to the other side chat and say, hey, this person's talking about you over there. And try to get the two to go to each other's side chat to fight. But now he can just say, hey, come to Mr. T's panel. He wants you on the panel. Then he goes to Mr. T's and says, pin the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Google
That's like-
blocked Carlos, and you know, Jesse's got order. If he comes in under any other name, get rid of him. Because
Yeah.
I ain't putting up
Be
with
aware,
that shit.
he legitimately has hundreds of accounts.
I know. Well, she's good. You know that, Steve. And what the fuck was I gonna say now? God damn it. Yeah, just a troll, dude. Flacco's nothing like him. Steve's right. We've known Flacco for years. He's just a little weird, but not weird in that way. Okay. So,
Yeah, and see, these people don't realize that I've known John for like 6 years.
yeah.
Thank you,
And
Nick.
so, you know, when I yelled at him and told him you're not coming back, it was a reality snap for him. And you people don't understand that because
Yeah.
you are just meeting this guy. I'm actually going to call him a character because he is a character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a real life person, and that is his real life being. But he's a character. You people are just getting to know him. I've known John for 6 years.
Me too.
He needed a snap to reality. Then we talked, and I said, "Okay, you're ungrounded. You can come back to the asylum." So if you're going to compare that to this with Carlos Martinez, I'm going to have to say it. You're a little bit mentally deficient.
I honestly can't compare this to anything because except for other than Matt Man, I can't think of anyone that has intentionally brought minors to the community that I know of.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, Tragic's over there, White Knight, for Carlos. Mark just wants it to blow over. He's going to let Carlos back in and put a wrench back on him. You know, Mark don't care. He doesn't give two shits. Now, I'm surprised he doesn't. I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if he doesn't take his wrench because he knows it'll cause controversy. You know? He's all about that YouTube view count, man.
Well, you know, and then when people keep them propped up and keep supporting them, and they keep going, and then when it happens and this, people start getting child porn and this, that, and the other, then I'll go live and say, this is what I was talking about.
We'll say, when did we call this? And it won't be the first time that we've said some shit like that.
I've been over here for almost 4 years watching the entry point to this community be Mark. Carlos has tried to bring so many people, and I used to go over there. I went on panel one night and ran the people off that he was trying to bring in but then he wasn't Mark's channel manager. He was, but he's always trying to bring in these deficient morons on our kids. I don't understand that. Bring somebody normal over here. Hell. Is there anybody normal on here? Are we normal?
No. I was about to say, I don't know that any of us are normal or we wouldn't be here. Mark wants to build his channel, and the worst of the worst will be welcome and open arms over there. See, the reason, because he can't stay consistent in personality, Trisha, so only whack jobs will put up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, and it keeps talking about all the, and look, all them views, all them people watching, all they waiting is for the damn train wreck. Last night, whenever I was watching, he had that 15-year-old up there, numbers plummeted, and then when the kid was talking in the side chat, people was leaving the side chat because they wouldn't want to be involved in what was going on.
That people get uncomfortable because, you know, first of all, you have to do certain things as a streamer. You know, Mark could even get in trouble. I'm not even sure what TOS is. I know, like, you got to have certain things, and it's for 18 and up, and there's all kinds of rules.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look good when you have your channel set for not for kids, and then you got kids on the panel.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, but it's okay for him to accuse me of stalking kids on Instagram. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Well, in defense, now, Mark didn't know that he was bringing a minor up. Now, let me say this. In defense, Mark didn't know he's bringing a minor up, but now he's been educated, and he seems to not fucking care, is what I see.
Exactly.
Right.
So now, he wasn't guilty, and I wasn't going to talk about him being that way, but now that if he doesn't make the change, now he is just equally as guilty.
Right, and then Carlos will sit over there, and everything that they done will say that they'll say we all done it.
Exactly. he literally mirrored his own self onto other people.
Right. And Mark didn't care. He obviously didn't care. He left that stream up.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought for sure.
Might as well not take it down now, Mark. We already got all that.
Yeah, it don't matter now.
Right. So, but that was the bottom line, what I was just trying to say. You know, I was just, hey, that's what I do. And if y'all don't like it, I can't help it.
Yeah, and bye, Carlos, Negs, or whoever the fuck you may be. I don't know who you are. I've been told about 5 different people at this point now that you are.
No. Carlos is not Negs. Carlos actually makes clone Negs accounts.
Oh, okay. See, who knows?
I don't really give a fuck who it is.
That's a fact. He stirred up a whole bunch of drama by cloning a Negs account.
Oh, okay. See, who knows? Again, that's why everybody's got their assumptions. All I know is the person's been around for a long time.
Yeah, no, that is not an assumption. That is an absolute fact that Carlos ran around with a clone Negs account. Well, Negs still was on YouTube and stirred up a whole bunch of shit pretending he was Negs.
Yeah, Janky, I know that. I actually, he came in Steve's, I think it was. Was it Steve's? And said, yeah, it was nothing perverted about what he did. I got the screenshot if you guys want to see that shit. And he goes, it wasn't Instagram, it was Snapchat.
Just a troll, I want to say, I don't really know the history, and I don't know what all Flocka's done. I gather that he's been kind of a stalker and maybe has earned some hate. I don't really know. But I agree. I don't know why people need to make fun of his hand. Why do that? He can't help it.
Because everyone takes the lowest blow they can take.
Yes.
Look, this is how I deal with Flacco. He's a troll, and he's trolling. That's the way I deal with him every time I'm around him. So, That's why I don't go at him and yell at him and call him names and talk about his speech and his hands and this and that. Because why? What reason?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I guess that can be a wrap. If I got nothing else to say, unless y'all got something else y'all want to say.
Anything else y'all want to chime in on there, Mr. Billings?
Yeah. Wait
Larry?
until a little later in the afternoon, because some people were sleeping.
Oh,
Not me. I was up. But
I
saw that in the chat.
Oh, I got all triggered up.
I could tell. Yeah.
I did too, because I was like already so sick of this motherfucker. I talked about him yesterday, and then when I saw that replay out, I was like, that's the final straw for me right there. What does this motherfucker bring to this community at all? Not even wit, nothing, not even funny.
Right.
You're not even funny, dude.
That's why he only really the only place he goes is Mark's and Camilo's and Noodles, I think.
Hell, Noodles is more funny than that motherfucker. At least Noodles turns his camera on, and you know, we know exactly who that motherfucker is down to his docs.
Yeah, and you can have a normal conversation with Noodles.
Yeah, you can. Even though it's a trolling conversation.
What? I got a question about Noodles. Okay, I met him yesterday on Steve's. He seems to speak very well. What is everybody's deal with him? What's the issue with
Oh,
Noodles?
jeez.
No, I legitimately don't know.
Just got extended by about 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad?
Noodles is a whole character, and you never know if he's talking to you as David or if he's Noodles, and you just never know. I mean, you know, 2 weeks ago, he told Steve Billings that he had talked to the FBI and the FBI was coming for him. And then last night he was chilling with him on his panel. You never know what Noodles is up to. He's a character.
Yeah, he's a whole troll. He's had several characters. Noodles, a Leather King, Bobby Starr. I don't know how many other characters he has. But, you know, Dave seems to be like a decent person. When you're talking to Dave, he seems to be decent. When he's in a character, he will say the most outlandish, vile, crazy stuff you have ever heard in your life.
Yeah. Stuff that I can't get down with. So, I just keep my distance.
Steve, I got a question for you. On your panel last night, at any point did Mr. T apologize to me and agree to a truce, or no? Because he said to Jesse he would do that in your stream last night.
You know what? I'm not sure if he did or not. I know he wants to, but you know, everything went sideways, and I don't know if it ever made it to that point or not. But he does want to have a truce with you. He wants to go back to the not talking about each other thing again.
He won't stick to Larry. I will tell you this.
I kind of figured he won't.
I have figured out, even though I got this new phone, until I get my computer, I cannot come up on your. I cannot use StreamYards. My mic fucks up every fucking time.
You ain't never been able to use StreamYards.
What? I was like, well, I'm gone. I finished your replay this morning, though, so I heard it all. I heard the take back and Isaac and all that stuff. So, whew, that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, Mike. Well, I guess we'll say bye to everybody. We didn't even say hey to everybody. We came in hot.
Right. Well, you know, whatever. So we'll let Mark, Carlos, and Mark run off at the mouth for the rest of the week, and see what happens. That's all I can do.
And I know what some of you people are saying. He'll just make more accounts, but I just block those accounts. Just have your wrenches block those accounts.
Like Steve said, he can bring 400 in there, and he'll block them all.
Yeah, just block it up.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate you, Steve and Larry, for coming up here. Larry's got a shirt on that says Larry Fuckface. Okay. And
cigarette.
Okay. And Miss Tara, glad you could join my little triggered moment.
Yep. You guys go have a good week, and let's see what else y'all can get into.
Right.
All right.
Y'all on Sunday. Actually,
talk to y'all later.
And y'all on Saturday at Lindy's.
Right.
Who's going live next, Courtney? I don't know. Maybe I will.
Oh, and actually, y'all don't forget that next Sunday on Morticia's, the boob off.
The boob off.
We don't want to miss that.
How many? Oh, look at Larry volunteered to be a judge.
Oh yeah.
He no charge.
Yeah,
He'll.
Be honest.
I'll probably skip that.
You don't want to see the. You don't want to see the boob off, Steve.
Some
No, I'll probably skip that.
You'll pass.
some
Okay.
men gotta skip it so they don't get their ass in trouble, and that's the smart man.
Oh, Jake's going live, everybody. I'll be over there.
All right.
I got to go start dinner. I'll peek in.
All
All right, everybody in side chat, appreciate y'all coming on such short notice, and we'll be back on Sunday unless you know.
Unless something else happens and we can't hold our breath.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.